Alright everybody, we are now looking at a set of Turtle Beach Stealth 600 Generation 2 headphones for an earpad installation. Okay, before we start removing and replacing earpads, we're just going to have a look at what we're getting into. You can see here we have a plastic frame and we have a slot on the outside. That is how the earpad will attach. This little skirting here is going to slot into this there, all the way around, and then it hugs onto the headphone. Now, these headphones have a slot right here where you can try to fit in your skirting and then kind of do a little twist around. There we go. You twist it around like that, and it gradually will slide in. But because of this bottom part here, it's a little bit annoying and it doesn't really fit all the way in easily. So we'll cover that in the installation now. Alright, so first thing first is removing the earpads. All you're going to do is pinch with your thumb and your finger and just peel back like this. And then they'll come off. And obviously we have a left and a right. You can see this little tiny right there. And a little tiny left right here, because they are shaped to the side of the headphone. So now when you look at installing, there's basically this little slot here on the side, which is meant to be for the skirting. And what you do is you just get your edge here. So let's say you have a new set of earpads. The first thing you're going to want to do is stretch out the backs along the line, the skirting like this. And then pull it on the sides as well, across like that. Just because if it's new, it's going to be flat. You need to have an edge on it and you want to have it stretched so that it fits on a little bit easier. Now you can fit it into this slot right here, and all you're going to do, it looks like this. Then you just rotate it around and it gradually goes in. You can see it's going in on that, whoops, going in over here, right there. But once you get to this bottom part, it gets awkward when you're turning. So you got to lift it up a bit with your finger, and then it'll fall in there still, and then just keep turning. Oh. I'm just going to use my finger here and go under and fit it into this slot, like that. Now if you're finding it's not going in, it's sitting on top, like this, what you want to do is you can just use your finger here and just do that, and sometimes that will help fit it into the slot. So let's do that. Now also, you can see that it's not the right shape. So what I want to do is get it in place so that it is the right position, and then I can fit it in here just by putting my finger under and whatnot. So there we go. Now once you got it on and everything's in place, you're just going to give it a little movement to make sure it's exactly where we want it to be. That is where we want it to be, because it's the same shape as the frame of the headphone. Option number 2 is I'm just going to fit it in right around the edge here. So I'm going to get an edge like that. I'm just going to go with my finger underneath, lifting up and in, lifting up over that plastic part at the bottom and in, lifting up and in. Right, last part at the top here, and fingernail. There we go. Now I'm just going to adjust to make it fit the ear pad. There we go. So, personally, using these things on the side, I find those difficult with this one because of this bottom part. So I'm much more inclined to just fit it on into the side here, into any corner, just go around lifting it up and in, over, in. And that's on. So for me, that was easy. It might be hard for you. You might want to try and use that little slot on the side. But once you start twisting it, because of the shape of the ear pad and because of that bottom plastic piece, once you get to here, it just doesn't really turn into position anymore. So you have to go under and lift it up and put it into place. So you're going to need to use a combination of both, whether you want to try it with twisting it in, or whether you just want to go straight into just lifting up and making it fall into the actual slot. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments.